Okay, hi Paul One. Let's get started on your reading. So the first card you have is they are so in love with you and actually want to admit it. Okay. Second card is add a luxury resort to your portfolio, huge profits. Third card is you are irresistible and charming. Use it to your advantage. Fourth card is billionaire bars. The fifth card is show up and show out in the room they swore they blocked you from and walk gracefully past the gatekeepers you're firing upon arrival. Do it all with a smile. And it's making me think about the Bruno Mars song "Die with a Smile." So you could be you could be firing somebody and it's like there's a very faint smile, but like this person knows you're serious and you know you're serious. Like it's like the movie Moneyball, right? Brad Pitt's character where he had to fire like somebody that was like a part of the team for a long time, but the way he said it, he was like, I'm not going to fire you so and so, and he had a slight smile, but that was an indication that the guy was fired, which is why he got so upset. Okay, so something like that. Okay. Person has a lot of options. Next card is Special Forces and Acute Missions. Third card on the second row is every time you walk into a room, all they see is divine light. And the fourth card is the Book of Job. God asks where Job was when he was creating. And the last card is a love confession is coming your way today. Be prepared. Okay, sorry. So when I get quiet like this, I have my days where I get very like OCD. So I'm just aligning the cards the way I want them to be. So bear with me. Oh, and I have no intro yet. Okay, guys. So they're so in love with you and they actually want to admit it. Person has a lot of options. So you're dealing with somebody, again, like this is a highly influential card, but I'm going to zoom in on the card for a bit because I feel like this person is not, how do I put this? This person is not single, okay? And the song that came up for you guys is two of them actually. Well, three of them actually. So you have Leon Bridges, River, you have Emily Sandé, All This Love, and you have Lloyd, Girls All Around the World, right? So I'm going to break apart this reading like into different sections. So Leon Bridges, I'm going to say it's going to take the first four cards. And I'll show you which cards, well, I'm not going to physically show you, but I'll tell you which cards I'm taking for that one. Emily Sandé is the middle cards, right? And Girls All Around the World is the last set of cards. So the last four cards. Okay. So special forces and acute missions. And this is my AI card. Add a luxury resort to your portfolio, huge profits. So how that ties in with Leon Bridges, because it's like somebody wants to be cleansed of their past, right? So this is giving me like a little bit reminder of the reading that I did yesterday, like somebody having a dark past and wanting to know if you are willing to accept that. But this person is at a distance from you and they want to tell you everything. They want to tell you what they've done, the time process, like the things that have happened in a time that you guys were not together. But there's so much like guilt, right? So it's like in the song, he talks about being like having blood on his hands and his lips aren't clean. So, but this person wants to to tell you or wants you to know that they very much, there's something about a watchful eye, they very much have been keeping an eye on you and they want to be able to come to you, but something is stopping them. I think the fear of you knowing everything or them having to explain everything that has happened. I feel like a lot of advice is being given to this person. It's like they actually want to admit it. They want to come clean. They want to talk about their options, or they want to talk about to you their particular lifestyle. Can you clarify special forces and acute missions and luxury resort? Because I feel like those two are going hand in hand for some reason. But it's tied into this person's like, I'm just thinking about the song where he says many crimes. As a man with many crimes comes up for air. So Jordan can be significant also. And my sins flow down to the Jordan. So somebody's name could be Jordan. Talk about Esther. Okay, these are too many cards that came out. Just give me one card. Spiritual team. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. It's either you or them, war zone. I'm glad you chose you. Okay, so there were things this person had to do to obtain their level of wealth, and they want to know if, like, let's say you've ever discovered this about them, or they ever came clean to you and told you exactly what they had to do to get to this position or this level in life, if you would look at them like, oh my God, you did what? Or if you would just accept them. But this person has to, I don't think it's more so a you thing. I think these feelings are projected. And this person is really having to forgive themselves because it's like they want your forgiveness for the distance, the time spent away. But really, they have to forgive themselves for the distance they put in between the two of you, right? And even at a distance, it's the way you can heal this person. And you're very, like, soothing, you know? Let's say you don't know all the details, but you know enough to say, okay, I can see why somebody would live with a sense of regret or guilt, but they have to release that. It's like something about you makes this person want to just release everything, like let go of their sins, what they've done, who they are, like what they've done to become who they are. And I feel like you're the type of person where this person will not admit what they've done to everyone, but they'll admit it to you. Like, yeah, I have done this, I have done that. Because you have a level of understanding that a lot of people wouldn't. So, and you know that with a certain lifestyle comes a level of balance that maybe a lot of people cannot handle that level of balance, but this person can. So can you clarify special forces and acute missions? Because I'm so curious. I am curious. Okay. This person has revoked their player card. Why? A little birdie told them that you are single now. Okay, but this is coming up in reverse. What is going on here? So maybe this person... When you think about, like, when you think about the Lloyd song, right? Girls All Around the World. Like, how can Lloyd and Lil Wayne sing about girls all around the world? It's because they had their plethora of options, right? Which is coming back to what has happened here. So, so maybe they were like, maybe a part of their lifestyle was like just being with multiple women whenever they wanted and however they wanted to be with them. And this person feels, why is there a guilt behind that though? This is, no, okay. Just as long as it didn't fall. It's like no matter how many women or how many partners, right, this person has, it's like nothing is comparing to you. It's just like, oh my gosh, I gave up this one person for so many women. So here's the thing. Somebody is waiting for you to be single again. I don't know if that's gonna happen though. And this person may know it's gonna happen, or they may go out of their way to make something happen. It's kind of like admit it, like once they come to the realization, right, that they really do love you and they would rather be with you than anybody else, it's like everything else goes out the window. Like, yeah, I've been with a ton of people, I've done this, I've done that, but no one compares to you. Like, you're the one, right? This is how this person sees you. Okay, so the card that came out was, I stare at your pictures all day. The best part of my life is you. See, this is why I say this person has a very watchful eye over you, but I don't feel like this person is close. I feel like this person is at a distance. I mean, they may have people close by, but I don't think they are physically close to you. Because they have to get over this idea, right, that if they come towards you knowing everything that they've done or who they done things with, it's like you're just gonna automatically reject them. This person definitely fears rejection, like heavily. That's why they keep as many options as they do. But this person fears rejection from you. Like, anybody else could be like, oh, I'm not interested, and I'll just be like, yeah, okay, whatever, right? But with you, it's just like, if you say, oh, I'm not interested, it's gonna crush this person, like, really bad. Okay, let's see. It's okay if you like them, they like you too. Okay, so I can also see this from the perspective as maybe this person is gonna come in as a friend, or this person is gonna come in as like a guide to you. Why did I see that word? No. Okay, so this person is gonna come in as okay, circumstances and circumcision. These two words collided in my mind at the same time. So this is why I'm asking, why did I see that? So, anywho, going past that, this person is going to come in as a friend. Or maybe they came in as a friend and it's just like, I really like this person as an individual. But now somebody is coming to the realization it's more than just like, right? Like, let's say this person came in as just like a regular person, an associate, whatever. And you think to yourself, you know what? I really like this person. This person is already in the love phase with you. Like, so while you're like, I really like this person's like, oh man, I really love this person. Okay, so what do I have to clarify here? I'm glad the reading is a lot lighter than it was yesterday because, okay, going on to the next phase. And then the next row of cards, which is Emily Sandé, All This Love. So, you're irresistible and charming. I feel like this is you, okay? This is the person who clicked on this reading. Like, okay, this is my pile, X, Y, and Z. So, Emily Sandé, what am I supposed to do with all this love? It just talks about, like, change, transformation, and at the same time, there's a lot of questioning, right? So, it's like, maybe you're asking, like, can you go, is two things. Can you go further than this in regards to love, career, in regards to career relationships? And can you experience a greater love than what you're experiencing now? Like, there's a lot going through your mind. Like, can you experience a deeper self-love? And at the same time you're experiencing a deeper self-love, can you also experience a deeper sense of intimacy with the love of your life, right? So a lot of questions, but you're asking these questions is because you know some part of you wants to change something, right? Or you want something to change in your life in regards to love, career, money, finances. It could be anything. Okay, so let's see. So you gotta use your charm to your advantage, and you're already irresistible, you know? There's a hesitation because I don't know if anybody is telling you, like they're thinking this about you, like you're very irresistible and charming, but I don't know if anybody's actually telling you because it's kind of like you're wondering, like, am I? Yes, you are. Okay. Every time you walk into a room, all they see is divine light. You are irresistible and charming. Clarify these cards. Okay, so the card that came out for you was a chess card, a strategy card, and the card says it's best to control the direction of the wind as opposed to the wind itself. So this is a matter of going with the flow. Yes, you know you have a divine light to you. Yes, you know you're charming. Yes, you know you're irresistible. What you're supposed to do with all of that or all that love? Flow. Right? So it's like ask yourself a question. Okay, if this is this and that's that, then what's the next, step? Like for me, I stopped asking, oh, what am I supposed to do next? Right? Because to me, what am I supposed to do next? It's so broad. It's such a vague question to ask the universe. It's like you could do anything next, right? So I started to narrow it down to what is the next right step for me in my path, in my journey, that's going to lead me to the person I want to become, right? And so I guess the way you're asking the questions, like you ask great questions, but just narrow it down just a little bit. Okay, so give me one more. In this circumstance, it's your heart that can overpower harsh logic. Okay, and that's it, coming from the inspiration card. Now, I listened to a particular guide, right? And he would always say, don't look at the facts, right? Don't think about the facts, the fact of the matter, right? Don't focus on the fact, focus on how you feel, right? And how you want to feel. Because the facts will tell you you cannot leave your job, you have to stay where you are. There's no safety net if you decide to take a different avenue in regards to income. What do you mean you're changing your career and you're in your late whatever your age is? The facts will always appear like, okay, well, it's not possible right now, or I shouldn't go for it right now. But focus on how you feel. Do you feel like you're supposed to stay where you are? You're supposed to be who you're with? Like, really think about that, right? And I think that's why all these questions are coming to the surface, because it's like now you are realizing you don't want to live in a reality that has been created for you. You want to live in a reality you created, okay? So, anything else for here? Okay, let's move on to the last 4 cards. And then you have Lloyd, girls all around the world. But I feel like this is not you anymore. I feel like this is an energy that is linked to you, inquiring about you. Okay, so Moneyball, right? I'm going back to that because like that movie was very, I mean, it's a movie, yes, but it was very like eye-opening to me that like about baseball and about the art of commerce, trade, and how it includes sports and players and money. Like the way they executed that movie was very fascinating to me, right? And so there was, I forgot his name. Like, bear with me, guys. I'm not really good with names and celebrity names, just bear with me. But the guy from Superbad, yeah? he was the one, he was the brains of the operation. So every time his boss was about to make a trade, he would always call him into the room, right? And so he called him into the room and he gave him the insight of the trade that Brad Pitt wanted to make. And all he did was a simple nod of no, and they automatically rejected like Brad Pitt's offer. I remember his name, just the other guy, right? And so Brad Pitt took it upon himself to come up to that guy and was just like, "Who are you?" Right? And the guy was, saying his name, and he was just like, "Who are you?" Right? And so he was just like, "Oh, well, I work for." It's like, no, I don't care about your name, your personal life. Who are you? Why is it when the boss called you in, it was a matter of seconds before he denied my offer? And then he came to find out that this person that was working there, the guy from Superbad, was an actual gem to the company, right? And he was willing to put him on as like I want to say a protege, but he was like the right hand. So he made the decision. So he picked all the players that everybody overlooked. But he put it from a sense of if you create the right team, right? And he was going off of stats. And so they were able to create the right team, but Brad Pitt also taught him about trading. Like, it's nothing personal. Like when you're trading players, money's moving around. Do not take anything personal. This is just simply the business, right? And so there's something about that here in regards to somebody is the person that can give the yes or the no. And maybe their boss uses them for certain deals, but it's kind of like they're lowballing them. It's like rather than teaching them the trade, like the way another person would, they just call them into the room like, "Oh, should we do this? Yes or no?" And they give the yes or they give the no. And I feel like they're getting the opportunity to pretty much showcase their skills. But also, I feel like this is in regards to love. It's like a boss looking at someone, or like, let's say you chose this pile. It's like a boss looking at you and they're thinking to themselves like, I would rather you at this table than somebody who's been doing this for years upon years upon years and we still haven't won, or we still haven't made the championship yet. Something like that is happening. So, and baseball could be significant. So show up and show out in the rooms they swore they blocked you out of, right? So this person is asking, it could be a future boss. They're asking for a particular sign, like, should I take this deal or should I take this risk, putting this person on the team, right? Because it's like something is crumbling. Like there's a part of this person's world, or it's just like they just can't get it right? And it's just like they think it's something in regards to them, but really it's who's on the team, right? Who's on their current team. So you have a traditional way of thinking versus a modern way of thinking. Okay, so Book of Job, and this person could have like a Christian-based faith. Let's see. Give up the ghost or regrets await. What is the ghost for this person? Because the ghost of what? Like, the answer you seek is in the rocks. Okay. Something they built off of somebody else that they shouldn't have. I picked up on this yesterday too. What is going on here? It's like a continuation. The plot thickens. Give up the ghost. Give up the ghost. This person has to give up what they had to do in order to get to the position that they're in. They have to give up this idea of tradition, right? Some form of tradition. It is tradition to hire somebody that has been in the business, or it is tradition to keep somebody who put them on in the business. But every time they keep this person and their outdated way of thinking, they keep losing. So this person is coming to the realization all they want to do is win, right? They can't do that if they don't see that they're going to need to hire somebody new, right? I'm trying my best. Guys. I'm trying my best to see what's going on here. It's history. Gangster versus businessman, right? And then it makes me, what was that? What was that show? Gosh. There was a show, Idris Elba was in it, right? I think. And, oh man, I'm going to say The Wire. Please don't quote me. If I'm wrong, okay? But don't blame me on this. And there was a difference in mindset, right? Idris Elba presented the idea of buying corners. I'm not going to tell you to what because I don't want to be flagged on YouTube, but buying corners. And then the other guy he was working with says buy corners, right? So Idris Elba was thinking from a level of corporate. He wanted to rise up the ladder. And he's just like, by the time we get through buying corners, we don't even have to be on the corner anymore. The corner works for us, like pretty much like working the system, right? And so the other guy told him like, yeah, but since when do we buy corners? We take corners. So this is somebody, you have two people, right? They're in the same trade. I don't know what kind of trade, guys, just bear with me here. But they're in the same trade. One wants to take corners, the other one wants to buy corners. And I think what's happening is there's a clash, right? And the reason it's hard for this person to let this person go or divide and separate and go their own ways is because this person may have put them onto the game, period. I don't know what game that is. It could be a baseball game. It could be something more. I mean, who knows, right? Who really knows? But there is something here to where they have to make a trade-off. And they are deciding this trade. And they know that somebody is not going to be happy about this. So maybe that's the ghost. Right? Okay. That was a mouthful. Now. Gangster versus the businessman. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be a separate person outside of themselves. Because when you think about Job, like the book of Job, he swore up and down, right? Okay, I'm just going to go with it. He swore up and down that all of these things were happening because God wanted it to happen to him, right? And then God had to ask the question, well, where were you when I was creating? And so to be put in a position where your mind is so divided that you think God is fighting with you, right? You think it's a higher force fighting with you when really it's trying to break or dismantle the things down that has your mind divided in the first place, right? So Job was a man who had everything taken away from him. His wife, his kids, his businesses, his foundation, everything ripped down, dismantled, okay? You want to talk about tower moments? That was a tower moment, back to back to back. There was no break, right? So at one point in time, right, he's asking, like, why is all of this happening, right? And it's just like, gird up and there's a point in the scripture where God tells Job to gird up his loins and fight. So pretty much and it's not physically fighting, right? But understanding that sometimes in a spiritual battle, when you are going against spiritual warfare, it's literally you against yourself. It's you, the person that you've always been, going up against the person who knows that you are meant to rise above the level that you're at. But it's like a push and pull, right? Because it's The old you doesn't want anything to change because it's like, if it's broke, don't fix it. But the new you knows that everything has to be dismantled in order for you to reinvent yourself or recreate yourself. So I think that's what's happening here. So the gangster versus the businessman, any difference? What does the concept of let there be light mean to you? Okay, here we go again. So this is a spiritual battle, right? But you're passing this spiritual battle, okay? You're going to understand that nobody else is fighting you besides the shadow aspects of yourself, okay? So the concept of light, illumination, seeing something beyond, going beyond, conceptualizing, and then turning it into a physical form. This is something that you have to constantly redefine. Illumination is not just a bright light in a divine presence. It's so much more than that. And I feel like you understand this, but the level of illumination you understand or the level of illumination you're about to redefine is going to remove the definition of illumination you had for so many years. And this is what's going to change everything, right? But it's going to change everything for the better. Now, show up and show out in the room they swore they blocked you out of. Walk gracefully. Gatekeepers, firing them upon arrival with a smile. Okay, let's see. And our love confession is coming today. Be prepared. So, what does this mean? You've got book smart wolves smiling from ear to ear. I'm telling you, somebody's watching this glow up, okay? Whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. Binary, non-binary, take it how it resonates, honey. But somebody is watching you just transform into this. It's like, why are wolves smiling at you? You know what I mean? It could have been shepherd, sheeps, herds. But you got wolves smiling at you? You're doing something. Something. So be prepared. Be prepared for that trade. Somebody is trading. I wanted to say somebody is trading their darkness for your light. So somebody is trading what's unknown for them for your guidance, right? You can see it like that. And then the last card that came out for this clarification in this section is turn to the light in order to stop fighting the darkness. Yeah. And for some reason, I wanted to say not all sharks bite. I mean, we know that sharks are dangerous, right? But you're not exactly gonna cut yourself and then go into the ocean where you know sharks are like 20 feet away. But there's something here in regards to sorry, I'm trying not to laugh, but that was inevitable. But there's something here in regards to stop letting these old beliefs run you into the I can't. Stop letting the facts of something stop you from feeling what you feel, right? And this is all like, whoever this person is in tune with you, you are in tune with this person, or it could be a group of people, because wolves, plural, is more than one. So somebody's watching you, somebody from from this group is watching you. They're money balling, Brad Pitting you. Who are you? And you're just like, oh, my name is da-da-da. No, who are you? Why is it whether you nod or whether you say no? Like, why does your opinion matter? So somebody is checking you out and they want to give you an offer. And I feel like this is not just business. I feel like this is love also. Something about this is intertwined. Okay, so let's close out this reading. Well, okay, so decision maker card came out for the first section, and it said sometimes you gotta throw caution to the wind and just face your fears. Yeah, this person that feels like they got so much like spiritual blood on their hands, right? They've lived the life of just crime and deception and everything in order to get to where they are. Like this person is the advice for this person is they just have to do it. Like, you know, they just have to. It's something like they have to stop overthinking something. They have to stop overthinking the facts. This idea of, okay, yes, everything they've done and then coming to approach you. And you know, I feel like you are going to know what this person has done in order to get to where they are. But it's like they have to face their fear of like being rejected. I don't think you're going to reject this person, but this person has this strong feeling like you're going to just say, oh no, I don't want to work with you, or no, I don't want to be with you. But that's their own projection. Like, because I feel like this person is looking at it from a role reverse. Like, if it were me and this person did this to me, would I want to do? Would I want to help them? Or would I want to work with them? Or would I want to be with them? This person is looking at it from that standpoint, you know? So it's like the advice for this person is they have to get out of their own mind and just do it. Okay. So, card for the middle. They are meant to protect you, and you are meant to heal them. Yeah. I knew this was an interconnected something going on here. You are meant to heal a lot of people in positions of power that have it's been really hard for them because they have been carrying this weight. That's like this unknown weight of guilt, right? But the reason you are doing everything that you're doing, no matter the career, no matter what you want to do, is because you're meant to heal them, right? Could you imagine? Like, decision makers of the world, people that move the masses, come to you as an individual because they know you're going to heal them, or you are fated or destined to heal decision makers. That's what this feels like. Okay, one more card. So you have to ask yourself, and maybe this is an overall question. It's like, wow, this card that came out. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, like, who are you really? Not somebody asking you, but you have to ask yourself, like, who are you? And you're going to get the answer. And I feel like once you get that answer, it's all going to make a bunch of sense. Okay, so the last card is rewrite the story, alter the past, then quantum jump. Another. Okay. Rewrite the story, revising the past, rewrite the story, alter the past, then quantum jump. This is all about manifestation. What was handed to you versus what you know you deserve now, in this very moment, right? And it's just releasing this notion that history is going to repeat itself. Okay, we know history repeats itself, but what if you had the gift and ability to rewrite history in such a way where the levels of, or the parts of history that were like really dark and depressing, you can uplift, or you can make it to where that section of history doesn't exist even after you leave the earth ever again, or wherever you're from, because I definitely believe in otherworldly beings. So, okay, that's your reading, pile one. Hi, pile two. Okay, so let's get started on your reading. So the first card is, don't tell me it's over. I won't accept it. I want another chance again. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee. It's starting off spicy. It's gonna end spicier. The next card is, the secret admirer is in love and looking out for you. Okay. The third card is, in order to appreciate the land, understand its roots. Don't build yet. Something has to be dug up first. And I'm going to tell you what I thought about when I saw this card appear. Okay. Next one is, those who can do and those who can't teach others to do it better. And the next card is, you know love, it costs nothing to say you are sorry. So I feel like you're going to have to teach someone how to apologize. Like, there's more than one way to say, I'm sorry, right? It feels like that. Okay. Next card. Always be compassionate to the ones with spiritual blood on their hands. No amount of soap can wipe off. We just talked about this in pile one. So somebody traveled from pile one to pile two. Okay? I feel like it's a decision. Okay. My next card says, sorry. My heart chakra has been closed for a while. I wasn't expecting this. Give me a moment. Whoever the secret admirer is, you opened up their heart chakra. Okay. Next card is, time to resurrect and redirect. Time to collect your good fortune. Okay. And the second to last card is, I'm trying to be your one and only. Side note, person is protective. So we have a lot of protective energy in this read. You have a lot of people protecting you, looking out for you, whether you know them or whether they're just watching from afar. And the last card is, many sacrifices, many secrets, many regrets, but no one loves the way you do. Why low-key feel like this is like X energy or something? I feel like somebody has an ex that has been having such an epiphany about them that they are just trying to pop up in almost every reading. It's so strange because I see the new, but I also see the energy of like the people who have had the chance to be with you, like going through their own thing spiritually and being on some, wait a minute, this person was perfect for me all along. So let's see. And your song that you got was Bruno Mars, Kodak Black, and Gucci Mane. Woke Up in the Sky. It's a really it's a really smooth song, smooth energy. So I feel like this is one of the like people watching you, like admiring you from afar, one of your secret admirers. Because I feel like it's multiple people here. I don't think it's just one. Like, you have somebody from the past, yes, but you also have at least like 3 to 4 people on this board that's like, the way they operate throughout life is like super smooth, highly influential people just moving through, like, man, it would be perfect if this person was like to the side of me, or like with me, or in a relationship with me. Like, that's how they feel. So you would make, how do I describe this? Like, a person that feels cool already. You would make a person that wants to be with you feel cooler. Like, if life was smooth, being with you, life would be smoother. Like, it feels like you add the extra oomph, right? You would add the extra oomph in this person's life. So let's see. Don't tell me it's over. I won't accept it. I want another chance. And always be compassionate to the ones that have spiritual blood on their hands. No amount of soap can wipe off. Well, that kind of rhymed. Okay, let's see. King Jin dismantled. Queen Jin handled. Return to realms. All right, so the card that came out was my, I call it my Ma'at card. Okay, so it's a woman. There's so many things. I put so many pictures together in one image. It's like even if you think you see everything, there's still more to see. But this woman, right? She has like the pyramids at the base of her, right? So you are the final ruling of this person, whether you know it or not. Like this past person, it's like yes, you can accept that things did not work out, but it's like you can also accept that because they didn't work out, you can move forward. This person does not want you to move forward, and I feel like whatever they tried to send towards you, because this feels to me like they have been trying to send like this, if it's not jinn, right? Like an actual jinn. Somebody has been trying to send you the thoughts of like, think of me, have sorrow for me, be with me again. I didn't know now, but I didn't know before, but now I know now. But now I know we should be together. You know what I mean? It's like it's this energy of, okay, now that I'm ready, you should be with me now. When in actuality, you have the option to move forward, or you have the option to have compassion for this person and still move forward. But where you would have automatically chosen this person in the past, it's like I feel like this person also could have had you competing for their love or competing for their attention. It's like where they had you competing, now they find themselves willing to compete, willing to fight for you, because you know it does not get better than the best of the best. I'm just gonna put it like that. Okay, so let's see. But compassion is here. I think it's because of your level of compassion. They're just like, oh, I want another chance, but what's going on? Your heart creates harmony for the lost. It's time to be seen so that they can be found. Yeah. It's like in part one when I was talking about like being able to heal somebody that controls a mass of people, you know, bosses, CEOs, and even higher than that, you know what I mean? But same thing here. It's like your heart creates harmony. And what's your heart? It's like your, not just your level of compassion, but your like level of love. But it's like you're passionate about something, your heart for something that you do, right? Like your heart for seeing the good in people and still believing that even though a person has done and been through things, there's still a little part of that innocence residing in them that was never really lost, even if they feel like somebody took it away from them. Like it's the way you can see certain things and you can see through people that makes them feel like, okay, you know, like, can you bear with me? Like bear with me through everything. Let's see. I'm breaking this reading down into sections because there's a lot on this board here. And when I say the board, you know what I mean. I don't. So you've returned something back, and I also see that this person, maybe they tried to get into like I don't know. I cut the deck and it says you are your only prison. Gently open the door and set yourself free. So this person tried to, I want to say, put you in a mental prison of, oh, you shouldn't be with anybody else but them. They're the only ones deserving of your love and your attention and your time and stuff like that. But whatever you did, like, I see you doing something. You returned something, right? It's like trying to make somebody feel a guilty conscience, but it's just like, you know, that's not your conscious. That's not your higher self trying to make you feel guilty. It's that person. So it's like you return their energy back to them. And so now that you've returned this energy back to them and you have completely disallowed this person to send you energy like this ever again, it's like they're wrapped up in their own mental prison that they wanted for you. So this person is thinking about you around the clock and they're just like, oh, you know, they want to fight for you. And you know what this made me think of also? You remember the Hunchback of Notre Dame or Notre Dame? Tomato, right? But you remember that Disney movie where it's like the priest was going after all the gypsies in the land, and it's just like there was a knight that came and saved the next gypsy that he was targeting, and but he threw her in the church and said, "Oh, claim sanctuary." I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like claim sanctuary, and she was just like, "No, I'm not doing that," because she stood by her morals, right? And then the knight had to say it for her, like, "Oh, she claimed sanctuary, like just to save her life." I feel like you claimed your sanctuary over your life, so no matter what this person tries to do, they can't harm you. I don't feel like this is a priest, like in regards to like religion, but I do feel like this is somebody that like tried to practice, because I'm zooming in on the priest in that Disney movie, the animated one, of course. But in the Disney movie, you see how he had like those rings on his finger. I feel like somebody tried to do something like something in regards to like stones and just a craft that they were dabbling in that they shouldn't have dabbled in, and they've had a rude spiritual awakening. So now this person like wants to apologize, but you've already claimed sanctuary. Like, I feel like you've already released or let this person go, but now this person is like in their own prison. Okay, so return to realms. Something has been returned. And somebody underestimated, maybe because they thought that they were considered a priest in the spiritual realm, somebody underestimated your power, right? Like somebody never thought in a million years you'd turn around and just either transmute their energy or return their energy back to them. They never thought you'd do that. Like, they thought you would have so much love for them that you would just accept whatever this guilty conscience they try to throw on you. But you're not accepting it. As you shouldn't. Okay, let's see. Let's go on to the next set of cards. So this secret admirer is in love and looking out for you. And my heart chakra has been closed for a while. I wasn't expecting this. Give me a moment. Who is this? Whoa. Okay, so whoa. Okay, that fell, but still. Okay, can we talk about this for a second? No. Okay, who is this person? Who is this secret admirer? Rally and support no matter the skin color. Okay, so another decision maker card came out. Here's the thing though. This decision maker is what's your song here? Yeah. This decision maker, it makes so much sense. This decision maker is I don't think they're single, right? I think they were just so used to routine of marriage and support and like just doing what they consider to be their daily duties as a spouse, as a, I don't know why I wanted to say philanthropist, but I'm going to go with it. But as a philanthropist, as a giver, like this is somebody who just stuck to the routine, right? And then it's like coming across you. And then after a while, once you stick to a routine and it's like you get accustomed to a certain life, it's almost like if you're not careful, you can get numb to that life. Like, oh yeah, I know I'm going to go on this plane. Yeah, I know I'm going to go first class. Yeah, I know I'm going to be tended to. Yeah, I know my wife's going to be there or my husband's going to be there. Yeah. I know I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to donate this money. It's like you sort of become numb. You could become numb to it. This is what I'm feeling. I don't know from personal experience, guys. But so it's like having to do that, right? And then you come across somebody that just makes you believe in like doing something out of the love for doing it, not just because okay, you got a bunch of money, you're gonna have to be a philanthropist because you need a tax break, or it's like you're like this person is starting to do things because it genuinely makes them happy, and they have not felt this in a very long time. Okay, so this is a secret admirer looking out for you, and you have opened this person's heart chakra, which means you have healed something for them. So they want to rally and support you, and that's good. Give them a moment. What's the give me a moment for? Purchase stress-free teas and their EFTs for a huge profit. Okay. If you have an online business, or if you have an active service and you receive a generous donation, or you receive a lot of like your products being bought simultaneously to the point it's just like you're out of stock, it's this person. Oh, wow. Purchase stress-free teas and their EFTs. And EFTs, the stocks, right? But you can see stocks as, let's say this is inventory to me. I feel like somebody wants to buy out your inventory. I mean, they can't buy out your acts of service. But somebody wants to keep you in very comfortable living. And it's like they're doing this from the heart, not because, they got a lot of money, so they need to find some way to use it. Like, well, that's nice. Oh, thank gosh. I thought it was going to fall. Okay. And so this card, the inspiration card came out. You make the Grinches of the world want to be Care Bears. Yeah, like, again, because this card came out yesterday too, so I had to ask. I'm like, who is this person? Right? Who is this person that picked pile number 2? Because you're just making people believe. You're making people believe in love again. It's like they consider you to be the perfect fit. You are the perfect fit for helping, healing, providing. You just fit so well. You fit so well into this person's lifestyle. And they probably had their reservations about, like, I want to say people like you. What's people like you? Let's say they're so used to, all right, if this is a person that's a decision maker, right? Let's say they're so used to going to their financiers for financial advice, or going to their close friends for love advice. What should I do to, like, spice things up? Or what should I do to romanticize my relationship a little bit more so my spouse appreciates, everything that I'm doing, or I can appreciate them for what they're doing. It's like they're coming to you and they're realizing they're getting a lot more benefits coming to you or listening to you than they would a person they pay $100,000 a month, or a person they have to go out of their way and do special favors for. I don't know what these special favors are, guys. Leave me alone. But something like that, right? So they're coming to you and they're looking at you like, yeah, I want to invest in you. Like, you're the one, right? Okay, and the two cards that came out was, I regret the things that I said to you. Can you ever forgive me? It's another decision-making card. And another one came out. I'll shut the world down to find you. I love you more than you'll ever know. Yo, I don't know who you are, honey, but somebody is looking for you. Like, they're physically looking for you. They're trying to narrow down locations, everything. Like, it's... Whoa. Why? What is going on here? whoever these people are, these highly influential people are, they consider you an angel. Like, let's say, and this is giving me the energy of, this is somebody that did not believe in angels, they didn't believe in devils, they probably didn't even believe in God. But it's like they look at you, they hear you, they listen to you, and like some part of them knows that you are an angel, like an earth angel, sent to help them from like the most dangerous parts of life. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna move forward, guys. In order to appreciate the land, understand its roots. Don't build yet. Something has to be dug up. Time to resurrect and redirect. Time to collect your good fortune. Something is owed to you. And you know what I thought about? I didn't forget. Yes. You know what I thought about when I pulled that card in order to appreciate the land? It makes me think about a person that was, I don't want to say anthropologist, right? He could have been. But anywho, so this person was extremely wealthy and well off, right? And this was way back in the day, guys. Like I'm thinking about the ancient Egypt civilization book that I had, and I was reading it, and there was a guy, and he was like in his 60s, I want to say like 67 or something. That could be significant for you. But he was 67 years old, and he had spent his life just acquiring mass wealth, right? And so, and acquiring the mass wealth that he had, he goes to Egypt, a certain part of Egypt, and he has the manpower and he has the money to dig, right? So he starts to dig and dig and dig and dig. And what do we find? I say we, but because I was reading the book, so I like to immerse myself into that. But anywho, what does he find? He finds Akhenaten, right? If I'm pronouncing this correctly, bear with me. But he finds Akhenaten and the many statues that belongs to him. Now, as soon as I read that piece, I looked at that man. I looked at his age. I looked at what he did, whatever it took to get to that location. And in my mind, I said, how did he know that that was going to be there? How? There's no way, right? And to this day, I have those conversations with family. Well, I had conversations like that with family, and I have conversations with associates and, my partner, even recently. I was just like, how did he know that? How did he know exactly where to go in Egypt, exactly where to dig? And it wasn't just little artifacts that you can put a little chip, 1/4 of it in a museum. These were huge statues, right? And so he found a whole set of Akhenaten statues alongside his wife. And so I say that to say, there's a part of your history, right? There's a part of your Egyptian history that has to be, it's don't build on something just yet. Keep digging, right? So it's keep finding out the depths of the many roles that you took when you had the past life in Egypt. Because I feel like whoever this is, very powerful, okay? But I feel like whoever this is has, you weren't just, you were royalty, but you weren't just one thing. You didn't just specify in one thing in Egypt. You did so much. And there's just dig, just keep digging. And I'm seeing the Egyptian symbolism of wealth. I think it's the pillar, but it's bear with me on description, guys, because I can see it clearly in my mind, but sometimes it's hard to convey it into words. So in order to, it's coming to your full resurrection, right? or resurrecting the side of you that a lot of people didn't think you would discover about yourself. It's like saying, okay, it's like a person that knows they have a feeling or a tie to ancient Egyptian history, right? But they don't know exactly who they are. And then they keep digging and digging and digging and digging, and they find out that they're linked to the direct line of like Ma'at, or the direct line of Nefertiti, or the direct line of Hatshepsut, right? It's like digging to that point. It's like digging, and I feel like digging to your roots, your spiritual roots, that opens up the revenue for you, right? And I kind of feel like this admirer is waiting for you to discover exactly who you are, because it's all just gonna click. Like once you find out the exact line or the many lines that you come from, but the most powerful one, I feel like this admirer comes in. Next thing you know, your money just up and grows out of nowhere. Next thing you know, you're out of stock because you have to purchase more products for your business. And it's just an overflowing, it's consistent overflowing amounts of wealth. So this person, the secret admirer, is protecting you because I feel like they know you're going to figure out exactly who you are, and the timing on this person is going to be impeccable, to say the least. Okay, so let's see. Give me a card for in between these. What you saw needs to be talked about. There is trauma residing in your body because you need to speak up. Okay, clarify this. So maybe that's what has to be dug up. And I remember the other day I was looking at a docu. Well, I want to say docu-series, but it's not really. It's like a little documentary on parts of the body, and the parts of the body that hold a certain level of trauma and why they hold those levels of trauma. So I'm seeing lower, like, so we can say like the root and the sacral area, right? And I'm also seeing the point for like the throat. Maybe something, what happened? Did you get shunned for speaking some sort of truth or something? So your spiritual team is asking you, like, if you're willing to dig this up, they're going to help you remember, like pay attention. And there's something about pay attention to your body. Like when you ask your body the question, like, what stored trauma do we have from this timeline or from this time lapse, right? Something, whoa. Okay, so when that happens, your body is going to respond to you in such a way where your body is going to show you exactly where the trauma is. I saw the throat, I saw the root, and I saw the sacral chakra, but it's like the way the documentary I saw broke it off. It's like specific areas, right? But it's not just the root, but there's a specific part of the body, right? Because when we think about chakras, we think about like it's going down in a straight line, right? But it was also discovered that we have 114 chakras. And so if you divide that 114 chakras within the main chakras that we have going from top to bottom, or from the bottom to the top, then you're able to point. I feel like your body's going to point out to you, okay, this particular section of the body on the right side near the lower hip, but it's more so going towards I wanted to say gluteus maximus. Jeez, man, I could say anything. Going towards that, like, there's something very specific, and I feel like you need to speak up or speak on it, because it's like maybe that's what's causing the level of stress, right? Can you clarify this card for me? What's going on here? Oh. If I wasn't who I am, would you still love me? Can you accept my dark past? But that's in reverse. Yeah, this is making me feel like somebody like buried a part of your history and hopes you're not going to dig it up, right? And it's like they buried a part of your history hoping you're not going to dig it up, or hoping you're not going to speak on it, or you're not going to talk to your body about it. Your body's going to tell you everything you need to know, okay? And so once this happens, it's like you're going to see that you were, it's like hunted and wanted because you were royalty. There's something about that, but I feel like that's as far as I'm supposed to go because I'm seeing a stop sign like in my mind. So I'm gonna move on to the next section. Those who can do and those who can't teach others to do it better. I'm trying to be your one and only. Side note, person is protective. Okay, so this is another highly influential card. Okay. There's somebody you're teaching, again, like if only you knew, honey, how many highly influential people turn to you, you would kind of, like I said this yesterday about the freak out, right? Like if only you knew who seeks your advice, it would kind of like, I'm not gonna say alarm you, but it would shock you. Like what? You're like you watch me or you listen to me, right? So I feel like you're a reader. I do. I feel like you're a teacher of some sort. You teach people, but simultaneously at once, which is why I feel like this is like something social media based, because that's the fastest way to reach thousands of people at once. I feel like there's something that you would do, okay, on a mass scale. But this person that is protective over you, that you have been teaching, is finding the gems, right? Thank your team for finding needles in haystacks. A bonus is in order. Yeah, somebody wants to reward you with a big financial payout. What is a pawn on the other card that came out was what's a pawn to a rook? When positioned in the right space at the right time, they are equally as dangerous and fearless. Don't underestimate the one who has the power to transform. Yeah, a force to be reckoned with for sure. I feel like that's why somebody wants to come in and apologize. Because it's like, once you find out that piece of history, forget it. Whoa! Sorry, my cards are falling. But they didn't fall all the way down. It's a lot of cards. Okay, that's it. Okay. So there's and I also have to say, there is a person that is considered really dangerous, right? Not because they are like they have like a criminal background or something like that, or maybe, who knows, but there's somebody in a high position of power that is considered very, very dangerous, that has an extremely soft spot for you. Okay, so love, it costs nothing to say you're sorry, and many sacrifices. Can you clarify this card, please? Okay. Do everything in your power to protect those eyes. Recognition and rewards. You know what's funny? Because as soon as I pulled that card out, so there's something I used to feel like when I used to do readings, right? And I would feel like, energetically, I would feel like somebody is trying to put like a veil over my third eye, or a gem over my third eye. And I would feel these things and it would be removed like instantly. Because of course, I have a spiritual team and my guardian angels that I trusted, right? And so I felt the energy of my third eye, but where it was supposed to be a veil, all my third eye did was blink. Like, okay, like it's like wiping something out of the eye. So that could be significant to you in regards to like when you protecting your intuition. Whatever somebody tries to do to keep it covered, it's just like, I feel like it's child's play. You know what I mean? Like if somebody tries to cover your crown chakra or your third eye, it's kind of like woe unto them, because it's just like, you shouldn't have done that, or you shouldn't have made the attempt to try to do something like that. Like, but typically when people try to do that, it's because they don't know how powerful you are. Okay, so anywho, do everything in your power to protect your intuition, recognition, and rewards. No one loves the way you do. No one, like, you have so many seers in the world, right? Which is so beautiful, because I think one of the things that we're blessed with as human beings, and if we utilize correctly, it gets enhanced, is intuition. And so I feel like your intuition is something that, it's a love for what you do with your intuition. It's like you're grateful for your intuition, but the love that you have for utilizing your intuition to help other people, this is what makes you well respected, known, and recognized, right? And it's only right that it's time for you to just be rewarded on a consistent level, right? Because of who you are and because of what you do for humanity in such a positive, impactful way. Okay, pile 2, that's your reading. Okay, pile 3, okay, let's get into your reading. Last pile of the day. First card, you can't possibly tell me you love this person. Okay, that's upright. Okay, second card is, lovers must lie to protect you from the ones they lay down with. Third card is, in this case, you can remove yourself from the equation. Theseus or Theseus versus thesis statements. Okay, and then the next card you have is new team, new spouse, new life, everything new, clean slates, and history dates. And then you have the guidance card. It says, everyone is rich until you put that paper underwater and those deeds in some fire. All right. The next card is, a person does not have to be the most attractive to be the most beautiful in the room. And then you have, if only you knew the level to which this person admires you, you have no idea. Then we have my original typical owl, true owl card. It says, delegate first, then divide, then subtract. Even Einstein had twice as many solutions to his problems. And then we have, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Neither the ones who think robotic ones can replace them. Okay. And then the last card. The last card is decree, declare, and demand how your day is going to go, honey. Okay. Somebody wants to put you in some fire, don't allow it. Somebody wants to put your important documents and money underwater or under pressure, a certain level of pressure, don't allow it, right? It's like, this is the energy of take back your power. And I feel like I had to start towards the end, because the end of this read dictates your days to come in regards to you decide, right? You demand what you want. You decree, declare, and demand a level of respect and what you want, right? So don't allow anybody to try to destroy anything that you've built. Okay, so I had to say that. Now, let's go to the very beginning again. You can't possibly tell me you love this person, and a person does not have to be the most attractive to be the most beautiful in the room. And the song that you got was Miguel, All I Want Is You, right? And somebody wants to come back, so I'm guessing, like in the beginning, this is like somebody from your past. And then I'm also seeing the song that I wrote down for you for pile 3 is Khalid, Don't Fall in Love With Me, but it's the remix. I'm gonna see if I can like put it down in the comments, in the description, so this way I don't forget like the songs. But from what this is telling me here is like, I thought about Khalid, right? In that song, he goes, saw your new man and he looks like a joke. It's been a while since the both of us spoke, right? So somebody sees or knows who you're dating and they're looking at you because you're like very attractive and what have you, and they're looking at the person you're with and they're thinking to themselves, you can't possibly tell me that you want to be with this person, or you can't possibly tell me that you're happy. It's something with that energy, but I feel like this person could be coming from a standpoint of ego, and they could be coming from a certain level of superficiality. So it's just like, and when they come from this angle, everything is like face value. Like beauty is not skin deep, right? To this person, it's just like, oh, this person, how could you possibly be with a person that looks like this or talks like that or moves this way? But they're not taking into consideration how a person makes you feel, right? Like, as an example, you can be the most attractive man in the room. If you do not have a sense of humor, do not bother, because I don't want it. Like, I love laughing, and then I have my moments where I'll just laugh because I'm thinking about something that made me laugh. Like, I have those moments. So I feel like this person has to redefine their definition of happiness, what makes them happy, and they're doing it through observing you. So the more they observe you from a sense of pride and ego, is the more they're realizing, hey, there's so much more to love than how a person looks, or there's so much more to love than how much a person can provide you financially. It's something like that. But okay, let's get into your reading. So clarify these two cards. So the card that came out, it was a beautiful life and an even more beautiful end to this karmic cycle. Yeah. It's like, what's the point of dating somebody that looks good if they're just going to treat you like nothing? You know what I mean? Like, absolutely nothing. Like, if you feel worse going into the relationship, being in the relationship, than you felt before you went into the relationship with the person, and you base it off of looks, it's kind of like, it's a bit of a wake-up call for this person of the past, right? And it's also an understanding of your heart is so much, your heart is so much more pure, or you have allowed yourself to love on a deeper level because you have let go of this idea of what the standard beauty means to you in a relationship. What equates to a good-looking person? What equates to an attractive person? We're not just talking about aesthetics anymore, right? So, and maybe somebody left, like, it also gives me the energy of somebody could have left you because they had another option and the other option looked better than you. So they're just like, oh, well, this option looks better than this person. And maybe at the time, you weren't really fixated on your look, right? Your aesthetics. But this person's like, oh, well, they left you because somebody else looked better, or they could provide more financial stability, or they had the same view as politics, and you weren't really into politics, or something like that. But they're looking at it now, and it's just like, man, right? This is a regret, because for Miguel, all I want is you. To come back is just like, this person is distracting themselves with a lot of pretty things, beautiful people, aesthetically beautiful people, but there's no depth. And I think with you, this person had the depth, but they had to balance it out with other things, and they were not even willing to compromise, because I don't think if anybody ends up with you, they're compromising, but it's like they weren't willing to have that level of maturity, right? Because this is pride and ego, hands down. Okay, you look better, you have more money, okay, I'm going to be with you. This is what this feels like to me. So now this person is in regret, because it's just like, for what? Like, I wanted this person because they had more money, because they look better, and they're completely miserable, right? So it's an eye opener. Okay, love for the greater good requires the loss of many great loves. Okay, so part 3. I don't know if you're inquiring about a person or this is you, but this person is now facing their demons. This person is facing their inner demons, and they're also facing the fact that there were so many other people behind the scenes, like in their ear. They were missing the details, right? They were missing out on the details. And so now this person sees, like, wait a minute, like, they're up against waves of, I want to say it's karma. You know what I mean? They're up against waves of karma. They're up against, like, the beast within. They're up against everything that they were, I want to say, raised to believe, because I see a father figure here. Everything that they were raised to believe, they were up against all of that, and there's no help. You know what I mean? There's no guidance. There's no person on the other end being like the voice of reason. And I feel like this person was seeing you as the voice of reason until you were no longer in their presence, or you distance yourself from this person completely. So let's see. But you knew it. Like, let's say you knew this person, right? And you knew that this person was somebody you could really build with, somebody you could really be with. And you knew that this person was not ready because they were still looking at you from the standpoint of, oh, wow, you know, you don't have this. You can't offer me this. You can't offer me that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Like, they were nitpicking, right? And they were nitpicking because they were being criticized. Something is all about image here, like how you are portrayed to the world. This person had an image to uphold. So as far as they were concerned, you did not fit that image. Just like you did not fit the mold of what parents would think, friends would think, colleagues would think. Like, you didn't fit that, okay? And not to be harsh, like this, I'm just saying from the perspective of this person, this past person that now wants you back because they're seeing in the details that it was you all along. Okay. So you understood that, okay, this has to be sacrificed, right? Because if this love is not sacrificed, you would have just been tending to the needs of your partner, and you probably would have lost yourself in the process. Okay? Because it was all about complimenting them. You competed to compliment, and you kept complimenting, and you kept competing, and you kept, and like, it was a never-ending cycle. And you're just like, if I don't break this pattern, the next relationship that I go into, I'm just going to attract the same thing. Or the next partnership that I want is just going to be based on the same thing. How does this person make me look on paper? How does this person make me look to the public? Like, it was going to be the same karmic loop. But I see you stopping that and realizing, like, even if I wanted to come back to this person, or even if I wanted to accept this person has to come back better than they've been before, right? And not operating from pride and, oh yeah, I still look good, you still look good, we still look good on paper, let's do that. Like, you know what I mean? A deeper love. So you had to sacrifice it. You had to let it go, even though it hurt. This looks like it hurt. Like, this looks like coming across the person you actually want, and then you had to just let them be because they had to live out their life, or they had to go on their own separate journey spiritually in order to come back to you or not come back to you, transform from you, right? But there was a sting here. There's a bit of a sting. So let's see. Love for the greater good requires the loss of many great loves. Clarify that part. Invest in more AI-operated commercial properties. What's going on here? Clarify this one. Even though it was not clear what happened, You are not wrong. This person, I'm seeing money, a lot of money, a lot of real estate. This person could have been into real estate. They could have been a broker. Somebody is, I am also seeing like a financier, somebody who moves numbers, accountant. Yeah, of course. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so give me one more card to specify this. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody sacrificing you for the upper hand in life, in business, in opportunities. And then now they have put themselves in so much debt and so much karma that it's like, oh man, but when I was with such and such, it was so much better. Like before, where somebody saw you as, oh, you're just a part of the rotation. Now somebody wants you to be their dream partner, their life partner. I mean, and sometimes it takes that. You know, I don't want to be think about it because we've all been there, but sometimes it takes for a person to absolutely fall on their ass to realize, oh snap, the only person that was stopping me from falling, I just chucked them to the side. You know, this happens. So it's a learning process for everybody involved. But yeah, this person wants you back. Lovers must lie to protect you from the ones they lay down with. And if that's for a select few, let's say that's not the case, right? I see somebody protecting you from some sort of ex. It's like they wanted to move forward with you. They wanted to build with you, but they knew they had like a crazy past lover that wasn't over them. So it's kind of like they have to push you away and make it seem like you were just chopped liver. Like you were just no one to them. They had to appease whoever this was in order to protect you and keep you out of harm's way. This person has great admiration for you though. Like whoever you've become outside of this person, whoever you become outside of the relationship, they cannot help but admire everything you are now. Like, wow, look what this person turned into. Or look what this person turned out to be because I pushed them away. Yeah. Like this could be like a no contact situation. Like this person has no way of reaching out to you or no way of coming to see you in any way, shape, or form. But even to this day, like the level of appreciation they have for you now that you're at a distance is it's unbelievable and it's undeniable, right? Makes me wonder if this is real. So give me one card to clarify this. Yeah. Wants a position of pharaoh/queen but can't handle prince and princess roles. Show them why you're chosen. I think there's a difference between the way the two of you love. Like when you're with someone, it doesn't matter who's trying to get in your ear, who's trying to convince you, oh, this is not a good fit, who's trying to do any sort of, Lord knows what Merlin magic, right? Nothing is going to stop you from being with that person. And it's just like, even if it comes to the point, you got to be sleeping with the enemy in order to get to your divine counterpart. In order to clear a karmic cycle, that's what you're going to do, right? Somebody is looking at you from a sense of, I could never be with somebody like that. I could never stand up to a person like that. I could never walk through certain rooms knowing that I look a certain way. I could never, right? But the fact that you can, they're looking like, right? It's like you have to show them what it means to carry the title of something. A person could have more money than you. They can have more popularity than you. They can have more fancier toys and more luxurious, lavish life than you. They can have all of that, okay? But if it would scare the living daylights out of them to say an honest opinion to someone who is supposed to be a close counsel, that says everything you need to know, okay? So understand why you're chosen is because you were willing to do the things this person was not. So let's say this person wanted to continue the karmic loop. They wanted their lovers, they wanted you on the side, and they wanted to continue this rotation of patterns. And you were just like, no. And I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to tell you why it's a no. No. And you know what? I'm going to leave. I'm not going to give you access to me. You'll figure it out, right? Oh, I can't believe this person would actually do this. But this is what it means to be chosen. To be chosen doesn't mean you're in front of a mass of people. It doesn't just mean that. It doesn't just mean you're famous. It requires great levels, just as much as exposure, isolation, right? So now somebody is realizing this. My back. Back itches. Now somebody is realizing this and the position that you hold, and it's just like where they were first looking at you like, why you? Like, why are you the queen? Or why are you the pharaoh? Or why are you the chosen one? They're just like, I can see it now. Yeah, I bet you can. Okay, so let's see. Can I find this card? Stop trying to grow plants in exceptional soil and no water. It's like you want the best of the best, but you don't want to nurture it. So it just comes to relationships, right? They wanted the best treatment. They wanted the best lover. They wanted the best of everything. They wanted the creme de la creme, okay? That means you have to take the time to invest. It's like saying, I want to invest in Coca-Cola stocks. Oh, Coca-Cola stocks is making a lot of money. I should really invest. Oh, Coca-Cola stocks keeps going up. I should really invest. And you don't put a dime into investing in the Coca-Cola stocks. So then you get upset when Coca-Cola goes 50% higher than what you were expecting. And you never put any money. Like, sometimes I get really passionate, guys. So I have to take a moment to just to breathe and calm down, right? But somebody thought a computer could do it better. A replica could do it better. Something artificial could do it better. And it cannot. I don't care if this is love. I don't care if this is commercial properties. I don't care if this is investment. They could not replicate authenticity. You cannot. You can mimic it all day. This is why we have Art Nouveau, right? We're constantly mimicking nature all day. Mimicking nature in pictures. And is it the actual tree in that photo? Maybe. Is it the actual authentic tree? Can you feel the bark from that photograph? No, you cannot, right? So, and I hope that makes sense. But there's something here to where somebody has to realize just because it reminds you of the person, it maybe walks like the person, maybe talks like the person, maybe dresses like the person, does not mean it's the actual authentic person, okay? So, if this had to happen for a person to separate the real from the fake when it came to you, then so be it. It's like your love. Okay, so it says your love and healing abilities is not a game to this person. They want you off the market and in their arms. I'm telling you. And this is a different person now, right? This is whoever this person that's from the past, this person wants to come back and wants to show you that they're a different person. They want to show you that they have changed. And you know what? They could have. Maybe. Maybe they used your abilities and to heal from afar, and now they're thinking, oh, okay, I could take this person off the market. I could do this. I could do that. But really, it's up to you, right? You make things grow. So maybe this person wanted you to feel like in order for you to grow, you got to be alongside them, or you have to, compliment them, or you have to compete for them. When you come to the realization that you are the prize, right? You come to the realization that nothing grows without you and your healing capabilities. And something about hands, you have very healing hands, but nothing happens without you. Then you'll start to see a change in demeanor in the people who thought you needed them. Because now they need you, right? And not to say it from this space of ego, but somebody sees like your level of love, your level of understanding is rich. You cannot pay people for authenticity. You cannot. Like, you can't pay for somebody to pretend to be somebody else and pretend for them to be as authentic as that person. You cannot. It's not going to happen. Okay? I don't care if they put your genetics in a supercomputer. It's not going to happen. So let's talk about this. In case you can remove yourself. In this case, you can remove yourself from the equation. And first delegate, then divide, then subtract. Yeah. The card that comes out is, you are experiencing the love of a high-ranking earth angel. Don't anger them. Properties. Can you clarify properties for me? Commercial properties? Which one? I need you to know that you mean so much to me. So somebody needs to convey that message to, like, his problems, or I saw his problems zoom in for me, but what was once a person's problem, or where once a person saw you as the problem, they are seeing you as the end-all, be-all solution. Okay? I'm going to close this reading out, because, let me clarify this. And jump out of that airplane, drive the fastest car home, and be home for dinner before 7. Yeah. You know, that's my double life card. Somebody who needs a double life. They pretend to push papers. And you know what it makes me think about? It makes me think about when I was working in Brooklyn, New York. And I was a head baker. And this guy comes in because where I worked, it was like Brooklyn Army Terminal, but there was a CIA headquarters, right? And so on the same level, the same floor as where I was baking, right? Because it was broken down into different sections. And if anybody who knows Brooklyn Army Terminal, they know exactly what I mean. Like, one place can be for selling carpets and rugs, next place can be for arts and crafts, next place can be a kitchen. Didn't matter. Like, it was that big of a building. And it was there during like World War II. So I remember I was baking, and then before I would go into work, I would always see this guy. This guy had the sternest look on his face. It looked like he never smiled. Swear to God. Like, this guy was super tall, built, and this guy was just like, you can tell you did not want to step on his toes. Now, I didn't know what he did, right? I just knew I saw him on the floor all the time. So one day, my boss steps out of the kitchen, and the same guy that I'm telling you about, he brings in. So come to find out, this guy comes in, and I'm just like a bit apprehensive because I've never seen this guy smile, make conversation a day in my life, right? And he was always taking somebody that just looks suspicious out of something. So I remember he came into the kitchen. He was just like, yeah, I was telling, you know, your boss, well, he said his name. He was like, I was telling your boss, I wanted to know what smelled so good. And then he was like, yeah, that's because, our baker is baking in the kitchen. She makes cookies, she makes cakes. But I'm looking at this guy, like the guy with the serious face, and I saw him smile for the first time, and I swear to God, it freaked me out. Like, that's how I'm so used to him being like so stern from the time I was working there. So he smiled, and I said, I gotta be honest with you. When I saw you, I just thought you were like one of the meanest people on earth. So he was like, what do you mean? I'm one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, right? Long story short. So he worked at the CIA headquarters, and he was supposed to be training all the police officers in, God knows, I don't know what. He didn't really go into details. I mean, he's CIA. He doesn't have to, right? So, but he said his name. He said his name, and then he was just like, oh yeah, he was like, I'm really nice. It's just like I'm the one of the happiest guys you'll ever meet. That's not what I got though. And Roy could be significant because that was his name, right? But I always feel like Roy is like that cover-up name. You know what I mean? Especially since he told me he was coming out of like the CIA headquarters, and he did specify what he did. Something about like international negotiations or background or something. I can't remember, right? I was still off of the fact that this guy actually smiled and made conversation. It was like, whoa, who is this guy? So, but something like that could be significant. And then it's just like, I remember after he said that, there was a part of me that said, I don't think that's his real name, right? Intuitively, I just felt that way. And I was like, okay. But I started to notice, even as I was coming into that building and I was being introduced to different people because they knew me as the person who made the fifth floor smell so great with like baked goods and cookies. Every other person's name was Roy. And I was like, what the heck? Right? So there's something in regards to that. Like, somebody got a double life here. Somebody is like, for whoever they need to be, they'll be the nicest guy you'll ever meet, but really behind the scenes is like I feel like they get some work done that not the average nicest guy you'll ever meet can do, right? I don't know why I had to say that. Just bear with me here. All right, so let's clarify. Decree, declare, and demand how your day is going to go. This heart beats for you all over the world. Okay. So that's, okay, reading on. Rare. So somebody is looking at you like it's like you're sweet, you're fiery, but you're rare. Like, it's not every day that they come across somebody like you. Okay. All right, and it's getting very romantic here. Make love to me tonight, you'll see many future words. Okay, let's close out this reading, please. Because I feel like this person is like, I don't know who this person is going to be to you, but we're going from past to present to future all in one read. So this heart beats for you all over the world. It's like no matter where a person is, you have in removing yourself, you have really awoken something or something in someone to make them understand that it doesn't just pay to be rich, it doesn't pay to just hold a certain image. Like, somebody could be asking the question of, when it all boils down to it, who do they want to come home to? Who do they want to arise from, or who do they want to be the reason that they arise, right? So the card that came out was 12-year-old girl, Jesus rose from sleep. And so I think about this from a sense of, like, everybody thought that girl was dead, right? Like, in scripture, everybody thought that the 12-year-old girl, they were mourning for her, and she was dead already, and there was no point in anything. And then Jesus said, she's not dead, she's just sleeping. To the point that people laughed, like, oh, please, like, come on, Jesus, give me a break. Like, this girl's clearly not breathing. She's clearly, like, there's no way, right? And I took that as a spiritual meaning of, sometimes we go through things, through the life everybody perceives for us, okay? So Jesus said, she's sleeping. Everybody said, she's dead, okay? Jesus says a phrase. Depending on the scripture that you have, you'll either see one word or you'll see multiple words. But I'm just going to use the general meaning because, So he says, arise, right? Soon as she arises from the quote-unquote dead, what does Jesus say? Give her something to eat, right? So this is not talking about somebody physically dead, they're arising, now they're hungry, right? This is talking about a spiritual awakening. Somebody is going into their spiritual awakening and they're realizing, okay, that in this person arising, hearts are starting to wake up, souls are starting to be revitalized. That is the goal. That has always been their goal. And it took for them to appear to be dead and arise by the Messiah, which we all know who Jesus is. Many different interpretations, but I will leave it there. In order for people to understand the power of belief. So you are making somebody or a group of people a believer. You're restoring the hearts and the souls of many. And that was the goal. That was the job. Okay, so close out the reading. Look. Thou hast to do of thy youth. Your beauty will not ever fade, only enhance. Yeah. So to this person in the past, whew, that South accent came out of me. And I'm not from the South. Okay, okay. So this person from the past, whoever this is, past partner, they are looking at you like, wow, such and such is more and more beautiful, or such and such is more and more handsome than what I remember. Like, this past person is fixated on you. Okay, so let's see. 2 more cards. You're meant to be seen. It's okay to step out of and introduce yourself. G7500. Yes, this card keeps changing. Okay. And they do not move forward unless they get permission from you and their team. Well, one more. The tampering of this divine union has angered the gods. As fate would have it, wrath. All right, so listen. You got a force that's pissed off at anybody that has tried to tamper with your beauty via science, tamper with your way of life via AI. I mean, there's a lot of There's a lot of artificial tampering, okay? Artificial intelligence, artificial tampering, especially when it comes to love. All right, so if this person saw you, but all of this was fated to happen, I'm just going to say that. So if this person, let's say you're dealing with somebody who was behind the scenes, they were so used to fixating on whether studying your brain or putting up who you're going to be with next, who you're going to date next, and then after that, what you're going to do, who you're going to be with after that. Like somebody just tampering your whole life, right? God forbid. But let's say somebody was messing with you for a good amount of your life using artificial intelligence, using intelligence agencies, right? Using just a plethora of things to their disposal. I see this not working out in a good way for this person who thought they could. It's like playing God. It's like somebody who thought they can play God and they can set up a whole team of people, even down to the properties, right? Down to your neighbors, where you're gonna work, what you're gonna do for a living, doesn't matter, right? I see there being like a huge wrath because they tampered with your love life in some way, shape, or form because of their position, because they wanted your position. Somebody did not want you to end up being the husband or the wife to the person you were divinely destined to be with, right? So they went out of their way to separate the two of you. This is like somebody could be into Greek mythology, because I feel like this is somebody just thinking they can Zeus the situation. Like they just Zeus the situation through and through. Not realizing that there's a higher power. And I'm always going to say this. I'm not one of those tarot readers that tell you, oh, it's only spirituality. It's not science. Like, no, there is a greater force, a higher force. Okay? So, but yeah. Something has been mastered, and something the mastermind behind this tampering, this artificial tampering, it's not looking too good. It's probably going to start with their properties first. Something's going to happen. So, all right. That's your reading, part 3.